Winter, and this is another episode of Choosing PC Fans. And this one is on what I'll call stacking fans. It's not exactly stacking fans because, I'm not talking about making a stack of fans, just sitting there or something like that. Some people have this theory that if you take two fans and you put them together like this, and they're both blowing the same direction, so make sure they are facing that like that, and you put them together, you're going to double the output of the fans. It can't happen because the first fan has to push through the second fan. So there's resistance going on from the barrier created by the second fan. Oh, and by the way, it would be blowing this way. And then, in addition to that barrier, there is backblow, which is how I express it. And basically, it is a backdraft of air that somehow is being pushed backwards away from the fan, instead of being sucked through. And especially on airflow fans where they have wide gaps between the blades, that's going to happen more often than with static pressure fans, which usually have very small gaps between blades. But if you do like this, it's not going to work as well as if there's space between them. And I'm going to demonstrate this for you. And I'm also going to do it with a radiator, which is going to be a little bit awkward because this is a little bit. Yeah, I think I can do it. A little bit awkward perhaps, but we'll do it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to demonstrate to you what happens when you stack two fans together. I won't even bother trying three. There are actually YouTube videos. There's a guy who was making some kind of a plasma device, and he decided to stack fans to see if he could get much better airflow, and he discovered, it doesn't actually work that way. But that was interesting. But so what I'll do is I'll measure them individually without any barrier with the radiator, and then I'll put them together on the radiator. I'll put them together without the radiator, and I've got my anemometer here so we can see what the difference is. Not in pressure, because I can't measure pressure with an anemometer. I would need a manometer and a special chamber, and I don't have those things. And I don't have an actual water manometer, which would be very big, and I just don't have the space to make one of those right now. I'm hoping someday I will actually have the space, hoping that people will be like, Glenn's spending a lot of money on this, and let's go ahead and support him. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I don't even know. In order to use Patreon, you're supposed to, offer rewards to people. I don't even know what people want. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's get started on this. And we're going to start by testing a fan. And I'm going to plug this into my fan controller that I've got sitting over there. Is that the first one? There we go. Okay, so here's my single fan. I'm going to pop it up all the way to maximum. Listen to it whir. All right, so let's find out, if we can, about the actual speed here. Okay, that's the... I'm going to go with maximum. And, I forgot to change the units. I got to change the units. There it is. Okay, I've got it set to cubic meters per minute. And currently... Ooh, there we go. That's better. 243.9 cubic meters per minute, which is cubic feet per minute would be 8,696, which is, that's a lot, right? And if we take 8,696 and we divided that up, where is it? 8,696 divided by 60 is 144.9333333 per second. Okay, so that is the airflow of this particular fan. Now, let's take a second fan and we're going to connect it and put them together so we can see what kind of results we get by combining their power. And I'm going to be very excited if I get more than, 25% improvement. Okay. Here it is. I'm using a splitter. So the first fan is actually the boss fan, and the second one is going to be doing whatever the first fan does. And that's on purpose because we don't want them to be two different fans doing two different things. Now I'm hearing more whine. Ow! Careful. And no, I don't need safety glasses, but probably need something. All right, so let's see what happens here. All right, I'm definitely getting an improvement. 317 cubic meters per minute. Now let's change that to CFM. Okay. All right, is that CFM? Yes. Okay, so that would be 1,125 cubic feet per minute divided by 60 is, well, that's not right. I must have done something wrong. 1125. Okay, 18.75. So what did I say what it was for just one? I don't remember, honestly. We'll go back to that. Turn it off. Back on. Okay. So CFM, which is what's oddly enough is often used to measure, is, what's that? All right, so we've got 87, 81, and these fans do not like me. So we had 18.75 for 2. Oh my gosh. I am doing something horribly wrong here. And I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to figure it out. Okay, 87, 81 divided by 60 is 146.35 feet per second, cubic feet per second. And now, go back to this. Oh, I see what the problem is. The problem is my display. My display is stupid. It only has 4 digits. It can't show me that I've gone over 10,000 here. Hold on a second here. That's why the numbers were not making sense. That's annoying. All right, well, let's see. We'll do... Okay, 146.35. Don't forget that. Okay, so 184.383333 is the result. So did we get a massive improvement? No. Did we get a 50% improvement? No. Is there an improvement? Yes. Is it worth buying an extra fan? Probably not. Especially because, now I'm going to just try something here. I'm going to use my face to tell me something. As far as like air pressure is concerned, there's better air pressure with one than with two stacked like that. Now, if you take them and have them at a distance from each other, it can work a bit better. But still, how are you going to do that in that case? Unless you're going to do some kind of custom modification. Just not possible. So I'm going to turn this off for a minute here. And now we're going to try doing this on the radiator. All right. So we'll take my master is, I think this one. Not that it really matters. Same results. Now, I will point out that there is a gap all the way around between the fan and the radiator. So this is not perfect. However, it's the best I can do without spending a lot more of your time and mine. Mostly mine. So let's try this and see what the airflow is going to be. Now I'm getting a lot of backflow right now on this because it's coming out around the sides and a little bit from here too. So it's kind of weird actually. So we've got the fan blowing this way, and I want to see what the result is going to be here. My oh my. Why are you being a stubborn one? Come on, stop. Okay. There we go. Alright, I'm trying to get the best reading I can here. And I'm sorry I keep on forgetting to show these readings to you guys. But as you can see, wow, I'm just baffled by these results. I still have it set to CFM, so got 83.98 per second. Now, oh, it's a little bit damaged. That's not nice. Let's go ahead and just turn it around and push the air through. We might get a different result going that way. But I probably should zero this out so that it doesn't measure the wrong thing. Okay. It's still rising, just trying to catch the maximum possible here. Okay, 2976. And that is going to be, oh my gosh, divided by 60, 49.6. That's very interesting, don't you think? I mean, the result with it on the other side, going like this, was 83, 80, almost 84. But on this way, pushing through, it's 49.6, which suggests that this does not have a lot of pressure. Although I thought this was a higher pressure fan. Let me just double check here. It's 2.54 millimeters of water. So that's very interesting. Now let's try and double it up if I can do this with my hands. And I may have to put this down because, well, maybe not. Okay, so let's zero this out. And here we go. Why? Why are you giving me a number when I zeroed you out? Okay, here we go. Still waiting on that number. That maximum possibility. And for those who are wondering, these are Lian Li ST120s. All right, so I got 7419 CFM, which divided by 60 gives us, whoa, that's not 7419 divided by 60, 123.65. So we have gone from 83.98 on one side and 49.6 on the other side to a total of 123.65. Now, theoretically, we should have seen a speed of, if it was like perfect, right? 168, yeah. But we're only getting 123. So that's not actually too bad. It's better than I expected we would get. Is it worth the cost of buying more fans? I'm not so sure about that. But, that's something that you're going to... Oh, I'm sorry. My fans are blowing right at the microphone. So sorry. I don't know if you even heard what I was saying. Yeah, I'm used to noise because where I work is very, very noisy all the time. And my ears just do not love it. But, so going from a combination of 83.98 plus 49.6, so we'll do 84 and 50. 84 plus 50 is 134. So we were looking for 134. We got 100 and, 120, almost 124 instead by putting these on either side of the radiator. So is it really worth that little of an improvement of basically 10 cubic feet per minute or second, sorry? I don't really feel like it is. But, I guess it's up to you. when you put it out to minutes, then it's a much larger number, and you may want to look at it that way instead. But for me personally, I guess if I was struggling to keep my computer cool, I had undervolted it, and I had repasted and done everything I could to cool it off, and it just wasn't working, then yeah, I would spend the extra money to double up on the fans. But then if you're going to double up and you don't buy the same kind of fans the next time around to put on the other side of the radiator, you may get better or worse results. And that depends on which fan is stronger and which side of the radiator it's on. And my theory at this point, because I would have to test it to see what would happen, but my theory is that if you put a more powerful fan to push the air through the radiator, that might, gosh, that's such an iffy question here. Hold on a second. I'm going to look up something. Okay, there are a lot of variables involved in whether a stronger fan is better on exhaust or on or intake. But my theory is if you've got a stronger fan doing the intake of the air and a weaker fan on exhaust of the air, depending on the two fans again and what kind of fans they are and stuff, and a whole bunch of other variables, you're likely to get better results than if the stronger fan is on exhaust. And I think that's because the slower fan being on intake is going to choke the stronger fan on exhaust. But I can't guarantee that. So if you end up deciding, well, I got some Noctuas, but now I'm going to get something more powerful, make sure to try it out and see which way you're going to get better results, because your mileage may be different. Your mileage may be different. Your mileage may vary. Your results may differ from what I'm saying here. And there are just so many variables involved that it's really hard to nail that down and give you a definitive answer. But at the very least, I hope you've learned something today about stacking and doubling up on fans. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Please like and subscribe and share the video. And hopefully this has given you some ideas for your fan choices. If you're just gonna go for that stacking that I showed you, I would be really interested to know what kind of results that you get. So please do share your results by stacking or by doubling up on fans and what you've observed, because I think that'd be very helpful for not just me, but for other viewers as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.